The radical new me, the radical new me. You changed me into what you created me to be. Radical for truth, radical for righteousness, radical for justice and peace. Welcome to the Radical New Me podcast.
Welcome to the Radical New Me podcast. I'm Donna Jarrell, and I am radical. I'm radical for righteousness, for truth, for justice, for peace. I'm radical for the things of God, radical for prayer, faith, and healing. Today, I want to talk about DADSS, the technology that ends drunk driving. I'm crying out today to President Trump, to South Carolina Governor McMaster, to South Carolina Senator Tim Scott, and to Representative South Carolina Nancy Mace. What is DADSS? It's Driver Alcohol Detection System for Safety. It's miracle technology. In a Boston lab, they created it. It's the answer to drunk driving. The car is the cure. These are breath and touch sensors. When you get in the car, the breath sensor in the steering wheel will calculate BAC level in half a second, in the blink of an eye. No inconvenience to the sober driver. And then when you press with your finger to start the ignition, then they have touch sensors that calculate the BAC level. So this is what we need to end drunk driving. It is very passive. There's no blowing, no behavior change for our sober drivers. It operates automatically and only intervenes when alcohol impairment is detected. Now, why does DADSS matter? 12,000 people a year die in alcohol-related traffic fatalities. 30% of our traffic deaths, and 1 in every 45 minutes dies in the United States. Now, every one of these deaths is preventable. So we want DADSS to save lives before tragedy happens. Federal law and the broken timeline is very important to talk about today. In 2021, Congress passed the bipartisan infrastructure law. Now, the law directed NHTSA, National Highway Traffic Safety Association, to do the final rulemaking in the advanced technology to put in all new cars. And then 2024 was that target year for that federal safety rule. What has happened, that rule has yet not been finalized, and it needs to be implemented, but this has stalled. This is what I need President Trump and our other South Carolina legislators to help with. Now, what's causing this delay? NHTSA. There's no clear enforcement timeline here, and automakers need to get this universally deployed in their cars, and they can't do it until they get this final federal standard given to them. So each year that is delayed, 12,000 lives. So what is the cost? The cost is the same as a safety feature. Your lane assist, your automatic braking, airbags, the same cost. So it's very passive and fast, privacy protected, very accurate. So think about seatbelts and airbags way back. It's just saved so many lives. So DADSS will do the same thing once it's made standard and put in all new cars. Why is this urgent in South Carolina? Particularly South Carolina, because we're number one in the nation for DUI deaths. I'm going to repeat that. South Carolina is number one in the nation in DUI deaths out of all 50 states. Now, prevention will save lives before the tragedy occurs. And it's very important. This will protect victims and felony DUI offenders for the accident not to occur. When they hop in that car, the car will not start if there's any alcohol detection. So lifelong incarceration in South Carolina is taking place, where they are branded violent criminals, and we are the harshest in the nation with 25 years max, 85%. And I've been fighting in advocacy in the front end for drunk drivers to be taken off the road, but I also on the back end for fairer, proportional justice and sentencing reform for our felony DUI offenders. So this will protect both the victims and the offenders and their families. What legislators must do now? President Trump, I'm asking you to press NHTSA to finalize this DADSS rule immediately. Demand accountability for this missed 2024 deadline. Support legislation to accelerate this implementation of this life-saving miracle technology to save 12,000 lives a year. Now I'm going to speak to South Carolina. Representative Nancy Mace, I met with you when you were House of Representatives in South Carolina. And I'll always remember that stopping drunk driving was very dear and close to your heart due to an incident of a close friend. So, Nancy, I'm asking you particularly to help with and urging federal action through South Carolina's congressional delegation, getting all of them together and pressing them to get this out and stop this horrible tragedy, this accidental mistake by felony DUI that you don't want to happen to any family like our family has suffered and the victim's family, I can't even imagine, has suffered. I'd ask for you also to support, and Senator Scott and Governor McMaster support pilot programs and the public advocacy that I'm doing. Support advocacy. Treat DADSS as a public safety emergency. This is what I really want. This is a public safety emergency in South Carolina. We're number one in the nation. Who better can go to Washington, D.C. and fight for this so that DUI deaths will go down in South Carolina? Precious lives. So what is the bottom line here? The bottom line is DADSS needs to get ready to go and sent to automakers. Congress acted and passed a law in 2021. 2024, it was to be a federal rule sent over to automakers. They're stalling. So lives are being lost while agencies are delaying. Every year, without DADSS, this miracle technology, we are losing 12,000 lives a year. So my heartfelt plea, my cry to you, to South Carolina legislators, you can press the congressional delegation people, legislators, and I'm asking that we put an end to drunk driving once and for all by using DADSS in all our new cars. Thank you so much, and God bless.
The radical new me. The radical new me. Living the life God called me to be. Thank you for joining us on the Radical New Me podcast. Keep choosing faith, keep choosing hope, keep becoming the radical new